So today the class is about agility. I need my glasses still on. So agility, of course, the physical sort of definition of agility is the ability to move easily through a series of positions while you stay balanced and in control. So the things we use mainly, well, we have to be able to use. So the things we've already worked on already, which are strength, flexibility and balance, we really need those for our agility, to keep our agility up. We also, of course, need all our senses. So we need to, particularly our vision and our hearing. I mean, I sort of think about, you know, when you're walking through a park now, an electric scooter comes up behind you and you can't hear them. You have to jump out. So you need to be sort of able to hear and see. We need to be focusing so that if you've got to jump out of the way, you know where the sort of surface that you're going over. So you sort of need to have speedy reactions as well. And then mental agility, I was thinking, so going into the mental agility is being nimble and able to sort of receive and accept and respond to new information, and also in your environment, and to implement change. So to sort of be able to think about things and absorb things, to be able to implement change. So it's the ability to think, learn, and quickly absorb new information. And so leading to how well we sort of adjust our minds to new circumstances. So I sort of thought that's what mental agility is. And then emotional agility. So it's a process that enables us to navigate life's twists and turns with self-acceptance, clear-sightedness, and an open mind, but not ignoring difficult emotions or thoughts. So the individual's ability to experience their thoughts and emotions and events, which doesn't sort of drive you into a negative way or thought pattern, but sort of encourages you to reveal what maybe the negative emotions are trying to show you as well. So that's what I sort of feel emotional agility is. So, you know, just thinking about those, but of course in the asana practice, we're mainly working with the physical, but keeping those mental and emotional ideas in our head, in our minds as well. So if you want to sit up on something, sitting on something, we're not going to be here for very long. I actually thought, because sort of agility, they sort of think about, excuse me, using the different parts of your brain. So when you're thinking and breathing and moving maybe things in different directions. So there's this really nice breathing exercise we do with a mudra, which is using the hands, called the lotus flower, blooming sort of lotus flower movement. And it's quite good because we move our hands in a slightly complicated, but it's not really. And I'll just demonstrate it first and explain what it means as we do it, and then we can do it together 3 times. So I'll just demonstrate first. So first of all, we bring our hands to our heart center and we sort of think, you know, about what's close to our heart and everything. And then we open the hands like a book, and we take the back of the hands towards each other, and we bring the arms out and we hold them away. So we're sort of thinking about difficult situations or emotions that occur and that affect us in our life, and we hold them at length, but we think about them and acknowledge them. And then we absorb those situations or things that happen, we bring them back to our heart or to ourselves. And I'll show you, I'll bring my hands down. We keep the little fingers together and we bring the thumbs together. So we sort of bring that lotus flower shape. And then we just take an inhale and we bring it up as if we're acknowledging it in our minds and the whole of our bodies, and we bring it down. So it's sort of, and bring the palms back together. So hands at the heart center, and we'll just take an inhale and an exhale here, pushing the palms in towards each other. And then as we slowly inhale, we bring the back of the hands together and point the fingers towards the body, and then bring the hands down and reach the arms out so the little fingers are at the top. That's it. We just take a break here and think about how we sort of face difficult situations and difficulties in our lives. And then usually we learn from the experience. So then we bring that back, we bring that, thinking about bringing the situation back. We bring the hands up, we keep the little fingers together, we bring the thumbs together, make that lotus shape. And then inhale, as if we're acknowledging that this is part of life and part of all of our lives. Bringing it down and then bringing it to heart center. So opening the hands up, bringing the back together, fingers down, and reaching the arms out. Bending the elbows and bringing the hands back, twisting them over to make that lovely lotus flower shape. And inhaling, raising the arms up. So it's a really nice movement for the hands and fingers as well, and the arms. Bringing it down, hands at heart center. And just the final time. So press the hands in together first of all. Open the hands like a book, bring the hands together, fingers point at the heart. And then we bring the arms down, just stretch them out at front. Just feel that gap between the shoulder blades here. So it's a really lovely stretch as well. And then bending the elbows and bringing the hands back, twisting them up, little finger and thumbs together, make the lotus flower shape. Reach the arms up and then bring the hands down and just bring them to heart center. And just take a breath here. We'll just release the hands to the floor. I'll just move back. And let's just circle our heads and just feel into the neck and the shoulders. And then the other way. A couple of times. That's it. And back to center. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and then drop them away. Up to the ears and drop them away. And one more time, up to the ears and drop them away. Really allow the inner thighs and the hips to release. Bring the hands to the sides. And we'll just inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, raise the arms down. Inhale, raise the arms up. Bring the left hand down, exhale, and just crescent over to the side. Inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale to the right. One more time each side. So really feeling that length evenly in the sides of the body as we come up. And then going over, pressing the sitting bone into the ground. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. Bringing the arms up again, feeling both sitting bones on the ground, right up, and then feeling right through the body up to the fingertips. Exhale, left hand to right thigh, to left thigh, no, right thigh, yes. Twist. Inhale, bring the arms up. And right hand to left thigh. And then bring the hands up. That's it. And then just bringing the hands down and twisting. Around the sitting bones. and then the other way. And back to centre. Just lengthening out the body. Just feeling the sitting bones, feeling the movements, letting them be absorbed that we've already done. And then just moving over onto hands and knees, getting yourself settling there, just seeing if somebody's trying to come in. So wrists under hands, fingers really spread. Tops of the feet on the ground. Just feeling this position first, drawing the front body towards the back body, so really engaging that front body and feeling the length in the back of the neck. And then we're just going to inhale here into that cow position and exhale, take the hips right back to the heels. Inhale, draw the body up to all fours, and exhale, take the hips back to the heels. And 2 more times, inhaling up and exhaling back. And then inhaling up and bringing the hips back. That's it. Coming onto the fingertips of the hands, pressing the sitting bones into the heels. We're going to walk the hands over to the right and place the left hand on top of the right and just flatten the hands. Feel that connection of the left sitting bone coming towards the heel and just breathe into that left side of the body. So we're just warming up the body, stretching the body out before we go into the asana. Walk the hands back to center and feel the body at the neutral position. And then walk the hands over to the left, place the right hand on top of the left. Breathe into the right side of the body. Bring the hands back, come onto the fingertips again and just feel that line from each hip up to each hand. And then press the hands into the ground and big circles of the hips around the knees. That's it. Really feeling that S-like shape in the back. And then the other way round. And back to center and coming back up onto all fours. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And we're just going to bring the left foot behind and press into the ball of the foot. And then raise that leg up, hips even at the back, and then raise the right arm up. Reach from fingertips to heel. We're going to place the hand down and we're just going to bring that knee through, however's comfortable for you, and place it between the hands. That's it. And just press, really press that front foot into the ground, press the shin into the ground, and then we'll inhale and bring the arms up. Just really feel that lovely length from the sides of the body, the front of the body, back of the body. Exhale, bring the hands down, and we'll just step that knee back. Feel the neutral position in the body, the fingers are really spread, and you can feel the shins on the ground, and bring the right leg behind, and press into the ball of the foot first, and notice how it engages around the hips, the abdomen, and the lower back. Raise that leg up, press through the heel, and then bring the left arm up. Reach, really feel that length from fingertips to heels. Lovely. Lower the hand down and just bring that knee through and step it between the hands. So, take a breath here, just pressing that foot into the ground, pressing the shin, engaging the hips, Then sweep the arms up. So we're sort of drawing the hips towards each other. And inhaling and exhaling there. And then exhaling, bring the hands down and bring the knee back. Then walk the hands back and bring the arms up into thunderbolt. Really feel the toes on the ground here and the shins. Inhale, lengthen, and we're going to exhale, twist, look at the left thumb. Inhale back to center and twist, look over at the right thumb. And then inhale back to center and bring the arms down. We're going to do a really good practice that is always really good to sort of continue working on, is coming up to standing from kneeling. And it makes a change from coming up from downward dog as well, but it's a really good strengthener for the legs and the hips as well. So I'll just show it to you. What we do is we bring the left leg forward first, and then we bring, you can either have the hands on the hips or the hands on the thigh, whichever suits you better. The foot isn't too far forward because otherwise that's a long step. So we sort of want it not too far from the other knee. And we transfer the weight forward and we tuck the back toes under, and then we just press into the foot and step forward. But then we're going to come back again. So we're going to use the same foot twice, untuck the toes and come back. Bring the other knee forward, transfer the weight, tuck the toes under, come forward, take the knee back and bring the knee back. Okay, so let's just see how you go with that. And you can, as I said, you could also bring the hands onto the thigh and come up like that as well if you want to do it like that. So let's all start at kneeling. Come back a bit so I can see you all. Remember, we're using our focus and our strength. So just inhale and let's bring the right, whichever foot forward you want to bring forward first. And then we just tuck the toes under and transfer the weight. So if we lean the weight forward, bring the leg there, and then just come up. That's it. Whichever leg you brought forward, just bring it back, bend the knee, come back down, bring that knee back. So we come back into thunderbolt. That's it. So, and then bringing the other leg forward, transitioning the weight, you can just raise the back knee first of all, and then step forward. So do it nice and slowly as well. That's it. Really think about the weight in your supporting leg. Bring that leg back, bend the knee, come down, untuck the toes and come back. That's it. So using the other leg again, bringing it forward, taking it slowly, just raising the back knee and stepping forward. And I think, you can already start feeling it in the hips, and then stepping that leg back, bringing the knee down, bringing the leg back. That's it, lovely. So let's do it 2 more times. Bringing that leg forward, tucking the toes under, raising the knee, stepping forward, and then taking that leg back, lowering it down, bringing it back, that leg back. That's it. Last side. Bring that leg forward, tuck the toe under, raise the back knee, come up, and then take the leg back, lower the knee, bring that leg back. And we'll just come up to standing from here. So whichever leg you want to use, probably the leg that's most difficult is the good one to use. So the leg you find more tricky to come up, raise the back knee and up to standing. Great. Really good for strengthening the hips, the legs, for balance and for agility, as I said. So it's a really good pose for that. Right. So now we're going to be up at standing. Let me just straighten my mat a bit. better. Yeah. So feet directly underneath hips. And just first of all, feel the feet, the whole of the feet on the ground. And just engage the kneecaps, engage the whole of the legs. So it's sort of like you're pulling all the muscles towards the bones. And then just lengthen up through the spine. Let the shoulders be nice and soft. Notice that your face is nice and soft and relaxed. Notice the head balancing on the top of the spine. And we'll just inhale, raise the arms up, touch the fingertips, maybe take the gaze up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale up. And exhale down. And one more time, inhale up. And exhale down. And as the agility is about, we incorporate all the balance and the strength and the flexibility. Let's come onto the tiptoes. So remember finding your focal point, your drishti, ahead of you or a couple of meters away on the ground. You can always look down your nose or look directly ahead. So inhale and raising up onto the tiptoes, really strengthening the ankles. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling, raising up, reaching through the whole body, and exhale, lowering down. And one more time. Inhale, raising up, and exhale, lowering down. Inhale, raise the arms up, interlace the hands, just have the index fingers pointing up. Let's crescent to the left, and then come back up to center. And crescent to the right. And back up to center. Just press into the feet, keep the shoulders away from the ears and just reach the arms up. And just be aware of that whole space, the length of the body, and the space inside. And then release the arms down. And we're going to do goddess pose to crescent pose, which is a really good one for agility. We have done it once before, I think, when we were doing a balance class before. So remember goddess pose when we just have the feet a bit wider than hips and we bring the knees down. So we come to the goddess pose and we have the palms facing up and we just take the weight into the left foot and we bring the right foot forward. Bring the arms up and pull on the right wrist. Sorry, I'm saying it the wrong way around. So I'm going to come so you pull on the right wrist and we just completely open the right side. And then we step back. In fact, let's do cactus arms into cactus arms, goddess with cactus arms. And then we're going to step to the right. So think about taking the weight into the right foot, bringing it forward, bringing the left arm up, and stretching through the left side. That's it. And then slowly and mindfully coming back into the goddess pose. And then taking it over to the left. And really feeling that right side. Back to goddess pose. And over to the right. And goddess pose, over to the left. Let's do it one more time each side, goddess pose, and to the right, and goddess pose, and to the left. Lovely. And then just come back to goddess pose, bend the knees, nice cactus arms, press the legs, the feet really apart, really engage the legs. Notice your breath here. And then just lengthen the legs, heel toe the feet in, and just take a breath. And we're going to come into dynamic Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. I think it's easier if I stand like this. So we have the feet hip distance apart again, and we're going to take hold. Remember, we take hold of the forearms behind, like that. So we're sort of like keeping a nice length from the front of the body. So feet about hip distance apart. And first of all, feeling that length and really trying to, it's really easy to sort of like really press out the front ribs. Try and relax those front ribs. And let's start with stepping the left foot back. Just remember, it doesn't come back that far. It's just probably 2 of your feet or something like that. And then toes, front toes are really facing towards the front of the mat. The back foot's just at a little slight angle. And the hips are in line with the front of the mat. And we're going to inhale here, really press your feet into the mat. And then we're going to exhale, just bring the body down in line with the mat. Press the feet apart. Inhale, come up. That's it. And exhale, drawing that right hip back to the left hip. Exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. We're going to hold it here. See if maybe you can lift the arms off the back a little bit. Feel the length in the back of the neck. And then release the arms and just slide them down the leg to wherever it feels good. Maybe you can bring the hands to the ground. Draw that right hip back to the left. Take the gaze towards the knee, so you're dropping the head, and just breathe into the back of the body. Lovely. Notice the breath here. On the next inhale, press into the feet, sweep the arms up in front, and bring the arms up and step the feet parallel and bring the arms down. Lovely. Just take the arms behind again and notice how you naturally do it, and then see if you can actually change to the way that you wouldn't normally do it. So change the forearms, put the other one on top. Just take a breath here, really feeling the whole of the toes, the whole of the feet. And we'll step the right foot back and find our firm foundation. That's right. So really feel that foundation, sense that you're nice and balanced. And then we'll inhale, feel that length in the front of the body. Press the feet away from each other and exhale, lower to become parallel with the ground. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, lowering down. One more time, inhaling, coming up, and exhale, lowering down. Drawing that left hip back to the right. Feeling that length from the crown of the head to the sacrum. Maybe lift the arms off the back a little bit, nice shoulder stretch. Breath there. And then release the arms, let them slide down the leg. Maybe bring the body further closer towards the leg. Crown of the head towards the floor so you look at the knee. And this is just sort of just different way to look at things. You're just challenging your balance a little bit. Pressing the feet into the floor. You might bring the hands to the floor. Breathe through the crown of the head, up through the spine to the sitting bones, then breathe down, rooting yourself into the ground. Then pressing into the feet, raising the arms up. That's it. And then just stepping the foot forward, lowering the arms down and shaking the feet out. That's it. Lovely. Going on to a leg lift, which is also really strengthening for the hips, this side leg lift. And it also slightly challenges the balance. And notice how much movement you've got in your hips. So I think, hang on, do I have the hands on? Yeah, I have the hands on the hips, I think. Or you can have them, don't you think? Yeah, on the hips. Or so let's start by bringing the having the right leg as the standing leg. So really take your mind down to the sole of the foot and press the toes into the foot. Feel each root of each toe, the ball of the foot, feel the edge of the foot, and then the heel. And feel that you're really evenly, the weight is really evenly distributed into that right foot, and that you're engaging that left leg. And in this hip raise, we actually want to slightly lean over. So I know in tree, we just take the weight onto the leg, don't we? And then bring the leg up because we're going to be static. But because we're moving here, we actually want to slightly take our weight over to keep our balance. So really keeping that right side of the body long, coming over and flexing the left foot. And we just want to bring that leg out and in, maybe without touching the ground. This is where you can also use a chair. So we could always use a chair here. I'll just bring or just sometimes if you just have the chair there, it's amazing how much that just helps with your balance. So you're just leaning over and we're just lifting and lowering, trying to keep the leg off the floor. That's it. So just lifting, foot flexed, foot pointing forward. That's it. Couple more this side, and you can carry on a couple more if you want. And then just bring it down. And just notice how you could feel, I think, the muscles in the standing leg around the hip in particular, really strengthening that outer hip, which is what we want, particularly, you know, if we trip over or anything. Bring the chair to the other side if you're using the chair. First of all, feel both feet on the ground. Notice the difference maybe between each side of the body, where we've done the standing leg and the other leg. Hands on the hips, on the chair, and just bring your weight. Because if you're growing roots out into the left foot, into the base of the earth, the whole leg is completely engaged. And then just gently lean over into that left side. Lift the right leg off the ground and then just pulsing it up and down. Noticing that you're not holding your breath, that you carry on breathing as you do this. Really strengthening for the ankle. Really good focus as well. Just raising and lowering. Make sure that you're not screwing your faces up, holding tension in the shoulders, clenching the jaw, keeping everything else soft. Couple more. And let's bring it down after this one. That's it. And shake that left leg out. Brilliant. And then we're going to move the chair out of the way for a minute. We'll be bringing it back. There's another mudra that we do. It's called Svati mudra, S-V-A-T. It's actually called the sort of mudra of well-being, or it could almost be like a mudra of protection. It's quite good to do different things, you know, do several different movements, as I said before, to help with your agility, that we're doing several different things at the same time. And Svati actually means, I'm just reading, trying to, refreshing my mind, in Sanskrit, Svasti means well-being, prosperity, success, blessing. It also, it sort of means protection from negative energy coming from other people or the environment. So you can sort of use it to protect yourself. And it's sort of quite funny. So remember when you go stop, that's the stop sign. We actually bring one arm across and then the other arm, and that's sort of like this cross. And we're quite sort of like, do it quite strongly. So it's sort of like, So, you know, stop. We're really protecting our hearts and ourselves from it. And we're actually going to do this as we do, just in and out of triangle pose, very gently coming in and out. So let's bring our feet wide as you have them for your triangle pose. Outer edges of the feet at first are always parallel with the outer edges of the mat. And just press into the feet and bring the arms out. Just take a breath here and 5-pointed. Just take your mind's eye up from the feet, through the legs, up through the body. Take them out to the fingertips, take it out to the fingertips, up through the neck to the crown of the head. Just feel that great expanse of the body. And then we'll just lower the arms down. We'll start by coming to the left. So we turn the left toes out and we just take that right heel out just a little bit. Triangle pose. And then remember the hips are in line with the front of the mat. Because we're going to the left, we're going to bring the left arm in first. So I'll just demonstrate first of all what we're doing. So we inhale and bring the arms up, and then we exhale, we bring the left arm in first, right arm, and then we just come over into that big, you know, we're not going into a massive dip, we just press the feet in, come to the triangle pose, inhale out, exhale down, okay? So it with your legs in position, we're going to inhale up, exhale into Svati Mudra and come down. Inhale back up, bring the arms out and bring the arms down. That's it. So inhale, bringing the arms up, Svati Mudra, and coming into triangle. Inhaling up, reaching the arms out and bringing them down. Lovely. Really feeling the feet evenly on the ground. Inhaling the arms up into the mudra, crescenting, folding over, coming back up, reaching the arms out and bringing them down. Let's do 2 more this side. Bringing the arms up, nice strong protection, folding over, lovely, coming back up, reaching the arms out, lowering them down. Last one this side. So, sorry, bringing the arms up, Svati Mudra, folding over, coming up, sweeping the arms out, bringing them down. Lovely. Bring the feet parallel again, so notice the edges parallel. Let's little bend in the legs and slide down, bring the crown of the head towards the floor. Just shake the head and nod the head. Bend the knees and slide the hands back up the legs. Lovely. Turn the right toes out and just hitch that left heel out a bit. What that does then, just bringing that heel out as well, is that it sort of gives you more movement. It's internally rotating that hip, so it gives you more movement to come to the side. And when we're externally rotating that thigh, it gives us more space to come down at the side. So first of all, feel that you can feel the whole of the feet on the ground and that you're pressing into the feet. Particularly press into the outer edge of the front foot, because that helps give you the space to come sideways. And then let's bring the arms up. So this time, because we're coming to the right, we're going to bring the right hand in first, okay? So inhale here, and then nice strong Svati Mudra. Fold down, come back up, sweep the arms out, lower them down. Lovely. Inhale up, strong mudra, fold down, come back up, sweep the arms out and down. Lovely. And up, Nice strong mudra. Folding over, pressing the feet into the ground. Inhaling up. Arms out and down. 2 more to go. Inhale up. Strong mudra. Folding over, feel that length in the sides of the body. Inhale up. Slide the arms out. Bring the arms down. Last one. Inhale up. Really think about that protection you're making for yourself in this mudra, your well-being. Fold over. Come back up. Reach the arms out. And lower the arms down. Brilliant. Bring the feet parallel again. We're going to bend the knees again and slide down, but this time maybe bring the hands or the fingertips towards the ground. Bend the knees as much as you need to, and just walk the hands. Can you see me here? Just walk the hands forwards and stick the bottom out. I'll show you from the side. So really bend the knees, walk the hands out, stick the bottom out, and breathe into the back of the body. And then walk the hands back. Take hold of the elbows and just let the body hang there. And then bend the knees. Come up to standing. That's it. And just shake out the feet a bit. Lovely. We're going to do the dynamic half moon pose. So we're going to actually do half moon. I don't know, sometimes we've done this in some practices, I think, before, where we come from warrior 2. I'll just demonstrate it again. So when we're in warrior 2 with the knee bent, remember that? We bring the arms out, and we're actually going to leave our hand on our hip here. So we want the foot, the chair, sort of set back just at a bit of an angle from the little toe, and I'll just show you. And we just reach over, bring the hand to the chair, and then we're just going to, raise that leg up. That's it. And we sort of want to be in line here. So we want to sort of think about the crown of the head being in line right down to the base. We don't have to lift the leg up that far. And then we bend the knee, step the foot back, so the heel of the foot and the arch of the foot are in line, and we come back up to warrior 2. Just straighten the leg, bring the arms down. Okay? So we're going to bring the arms up and bend the front leg. Sorry, we're actually leaving the right hand on the hip. And then we're just going to reach over to the chair. So the chair's a bit behind, and just raise that leg up. Lovely. Really press through the, engage all around that central core of the body. Bend the knee, and with control, step back to the warrior 2. And then just come up, lower the arms down. Lovely. So bending the knee, coming forward, and then just reaching, coming up, raising that leg. Just feel that line from crown of the head to the heel. Bend the knee with control, step the foot down, come up, lower down. I'm going to do 2 more of those on this side. So inhale, raise the arms up. Sorry, I'm raising that arm up again. Exhale, forward. Find the chair, come up. So this is really good, using the prop as well. We're sort of having to know where, bending the knee, stepping the foot back, raising the arms and coming up. So we've got a lot of things to think about here, which is really good for our agility, you know, focusing on a point. So it's really sort of stretching the brain. Hand on the hip, reaching, that's it, bringing all the weight onto that left foot. You may look, and let's just have a couple of breaths here. So just really feel like you're pressing into that heel, you're engaging all those muscles around the center. And then just bring the neck in line with the spine. Couple of breaths here, lovely. And then with control, bending the knee, bringing the foot back and coming back up. Lovely. Brilliant. And then just notice difference between each side. I sort of feel notice when I've done what it's called Ardha Chandasana in Sanskrit, half moon, I sort of feel an opening in the hip from lifting the leg up. So let's move the chair to the other end. It's good to keep the chair with some of the legs on the mat because that stops it from slipping. I have mine a bit back, so working out. And then just coming, I have to move down a bit, away from the chair, turning the right toes out. So just work, first of all, making sure that you sort of worked out the good place for your chair. I need to come back a bit. And that there's going to be in a place, where you can lift up. It's just sorting out that's where it is. We sort of want to have the arch of the foot and the heel in line. And let's just bring the arms out first of all. So right toes pointing forward, left heel slightly out again. And then bend the right knee, and just reach just in the warrior two, feel into the warrior two. And then bring that hand to the hip, and we'll just leave the hand on the hip the whole time. And then just inhale here, and then just transition the weight. Come up, bring that leg up. That's it. Bend the knee, step back, bring the arm up, and lengthen up. That's it. Bend the knee, transition the weight into that right foot, and lift the leg up. That's it. Bend the knee with control, step back into the warrior two. Lengthen the front leg. That's it. Bend the front knee, transition the weight, and come up into Ardha Chandrasana. Bend the knee, step back, and come up. That's it. And then last one. Inhale, bend the knee, reach for the chair. Really engage all those muscles around the center of the body. Press through the heel. Breathe there. Notice your breathing. Shoulders are stacked. Neck, back of the neck's nice and long. One more breath. And then step back into the warrior two. And bring the arms up. Bring the feet parallel again. Let's just do that nice sliding down. It just neutralizes the spine. Just take the hips, maybe take the weight from knee to knee. Nice deep breath here. In fact, a really nice breath to do here, which we can do, and I can't hear you, it's only you that can hear me, is horse breath. So you inhale in and then you go like that. So let's do that down here. Shaking the head. Bend the knees. Slide back up. And then bring the feet towards each other. Okay. We can move the chair out of the way now. 20 past. Lovely. I'm going to move my mat. So we're going to come down onto our fronts now. So let's actually move through a downward dog, because we haven't done a downward dog yet today. So that would be a nice thing to do now. So standing at the front of the mat and feeling the feet pressing into the floor. We're going to come down through, you know, when we do our vinyasa, and we just do our flow, our sun salutation usually at the beginning of the practice. So last time that we're in Tadasana today, feeling the 5 toes on the ground, the whole of the feet, Notice that when you press into the feet, how you engage the arches of the feet and the insides of the leg tighten up. And you feel that whole beautiful engagement and strength in your legs. Feel the length in the spine. And notice one more time the head just balancing at the top of the spine. That's it. And we're going to inhale the arms up wide. Just feel that length into Hastasana. Little bend in the knees, and exhale, reach forward into forward fold. Let's take hold behind the calves here, or on the calves, and just draw the body towards the legs. Press the hips to the ceiling. Let the head be really heavy and really enjoy not having to be upright. So the brain below the heart. Really good for the heart. Just take that pressure off the heart. And then we're just going to sweep the hands round to the front of the shins and lengthen the spine. Take a breath here, shoulders away from the ears. That's it. And then bend the knees as much as you need to bring the hands to the ground, each side of the feet. So we want the hands in line with the feet. And then step back. Let's step back the left foot first, hip distance in line with the hip. And then step back the right foot. And just come into a lovely downward dog. That's it. Remember the fingers really nicely spread. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the legs. Let's really bend each knee here. And then bring the legs to stillness and just feel the whole of the hands on the ground. Breathe as if you're breathing up some energy from the earth through the hands, up through the body to the sitting bones, and you're exhaling down the back of the legs to the ground. Lovely, everybody. And then we're just going to inhale over to plank. You can bring the knees down here if you want. And let's just exhale back to that downward dog. We're just doing that once. And then we're going to inhale to plank. If you need to bring the knees down, remember you can always bring the knees down, but if not, just press into the ground, keep the hips up. And then we're going to lower the knees and lower the body onto the ground. That's it. We're then going to bring the elbows a bit further back than the shoulders, and we're going to interlace the hands. You see how I'm doing it? So they're as wide as the shoulders, the elbows, but they're just slightly behind. And we're going to interlace the hands and really press the forearms into the ground. We're going to tuck the toes under, and we're going to raise the hips up. Take the hips right back. Let's walk the knees in and come up onto the forearms. So we're almost into like a forearm downward dog. That's it. Now you can just stay here, or it's really good strengthener and for agility. As you inhale, you can come forward into that plank we were doing, and exhale, go back to downward dog. So really pressing into the forearms. Just 3 of these. Inhale forward, exhale back. Lovely mobility in the shoulders. Inhale forward and exhale back. And then just bend the knees, release the hands and come right down onto your fronts. Place the hands on top of each other, come into crocodile, and just take a couple of breaths, few breaths here, just letting the body settle against the ground. We were standing for quite a while, so just let everything settle. Lovely. Just staying there. I'm just going to move my mat for when we go into the next posture. That's it. Completely releasing, feeling the breath against the ground. And then we're going to come into, normally do tree standing, we're actually going to do fallen tree, which means we're doing it on the ground. So I'm going to roll over onto my right side, first of all, so that I face you, and I'm going to stack the legs on top of each other. And I just want to reach the arm out and then come, as if I was just lying, watching television or something, my hips up in line. That's it. Funny angles on this camera, and I have my left arm supporting me. So you might need something underneath the hip. Sometimes the bony bit of the hip can just dig into the ground. And you want the thumb sort of at your jaw, and then the hand cradling the rest of your head. That's it. And then we're just going to bend that left knee and bring the foot up. First of all, just balance it maybe on the calf, shin, bring the knee back. Maybe you can bring it up a bit further. Because we're lying down, it's sort of all right to just put it sort of up a bit on the knee. It's better to be above. And just draw the knee back and just breathe here. Really pressing the outer edge of the right foot into the ground. So it's a bit of a balance. Just breathing there. You might even bring the foot in. I have to take my foot up. Whoops. You might even bring the foot in a bit further. Whoops. And press it in. Oh, I'm really unbalancing there. And then just feel that from the crown of your head to the base of that foot is completely in line. And you're taking the knee slightly back. And just breathing here. And then lengthening that leg out. I'm going to turn round on my mat, so I'm still facing you. And bring my left side towards the ground. Right side towards the ground. Same thing, if you bring the thumb sort of towards the jaw, so you're cradling the head. That's it. And then you're pressing into the outer edge of the left foot. You're bending the right left knee, or whichever knee is on the upper side, whichever way you're facing. First of all, placing it on the calf, pressing the outer edge of the foot against the ground, into the ground, and feeling that real firmness of the body against the ground. Pressing that foot in, breathing there. Maybe bringing the foot just a little bit further up, drawing the knee back. Noticing your breath here. Lovely. And then reach the leg down, just balance on the side. We're going to roll back onto our fronts. Press the toes into the ground. Bring the hands back to heart level. Hug the elbows in, and we're going to inhale up to cobra and exhale. Bring the right cheek down to the ground. Hugging the elbows in, pressing the toes into the ground, pressing the hips. Inhale up to cobra and bring the left cheek down. And then inhaling up to cobra and bringing the forehead down. Press into the hands, tuck the toes under, bring the hips back to the heels, lengthen the spine, bring the knees out nice and wide, and then come down into child's pose. Maybe put your arms underneath your head if that feels good. Just allow the body to release onto the ground. Once again, breathe into the back of the body, completely release onto the ground. So we're just breathing in child's pose, just reversing those back bends we just did. Just breathing there. That's it. Particularly inhaling into the back of the body. Allowing the exhale to completely release you. Walking the hands back, coming up to seated. Just going to do one forward bend today. So let's just do two actually. Let's do Baddha Konasana, where we bring the feet up nice and close to the body, with the soles together. Bring the hands behind. That's it, and just butterfly the legs. And just breathing here, lengthening the spine. And then keeping that length in the spine, bring the hands to the toes or to the ankles and just easing forward. That's it. Take the chin to the chest and just breathe down to the base of the spine. Inhale, coming up. And we're just going to keep the soles of the feet together and lengthen the legs out. And then just do that arching over the legs. Maybe bring the hands in front of the feet or to the feet. And just allowing the back to soften, allowing the hips, the knees to release, the lower inner thighs to release. And then sliding the hands up the legs, coming to seated, just bringing the feet flat to the floor. And we're just going to move the hips forward and come down onto our backs. Just a couple of breaths in constructive rest. So remember, we bring the feet out as wide as the mat. Let the knees drop in. Maybe place your hands on your abdomen and just feel the breath here. So everything sunk to the front when we were on our fronts. Allow everything to settle towards the earth now. And we're going to do a dynamic pose now. Remember, this is another pose, like we usually do tree standing up. We usually do eagle pose standing up as well for our balance. We're going to do it on the ground today because it's actually really good. As I said, using all these different parts of the body in different ways is a really good training for our agility, to just keep ourselves, to know how to move ourselves into certain positions. So bring the feet towards each other, not really touching, but nearly touching, and bring the arms out directly from the shoulders. We're going to start by crossing the left leg over the right, just like you would at a table, and just really press that right foot into the ground. And then we want to bring the right arm up and under the left armpit, and then the left arm up and over. Remember, we hug the shoulder blades. So we're hugging the shoulder blades here. And then we want to open the arms up. Remember, we do those eagle arms. We bring the back of the arms together. We might even hook round the hands. We want to take the elbows skyward. So the elbows are sort of almost in line with the shoulders. And we want to press them skyward. So we're raising the shoulder blades off the ground. And we want to press that foot, that right foot, into the ground and squeeze the thighs together. So really squeeze the thighs, press the right foot in, squeeze the arms together and press the elbows skyward. Inhale, release. So release the arms to the sides, uncross the legs. That's it. Feel the body symmetric on the ground. And then let's cross the right leg over the left. Squeeze the thighs together, press the left foot into the ground. And then we're going to bring the left arm over and bring the hand underneath the armpit. And then we bring the right arm on top of the left and we hug the shoulder blades, creep the arms around the shoulder blades. And then release the hands, keep the elbows stacked and maybe take hold of the hands, or we just have the back of the arms together. And then we take the elbows, so the arms are like exactly like when we're standing, the forearms are directly in front of your face. And then you push the elbows towards the sky. You squeeze the thighs and you press the left foot into the ground. And breathe here. Lovely. And then release, bring the arms out to the side, release the leg. We're going to do one more each side. This time we lift the legs up. So this time we're going to cross the left leg over the right, isn't it? Left leg over the right. First of all, press the foot into the ground, but then bring the knees up towards the chest, or you could stay with them on the ground if that's comfortable. Now you can just squeeze the legs together. If you sometimes do this, you could. One thing you can do is get between the big toe and the first toe. You can actually put that across your Achilles tendon. You see how I'm doing that? Or you can even hook the foot all the way round. It's quite nice to put the big toe between the Achilles tendon. Squeeze the knees in, the thighs in together, hold the legs there. And then we want to bring the right arm across onto the armpit. Hang on, no, other way. Left arm across onto the armpit, right arm on top, hug the shoulder blades. Then come into eagle arms, press the elbows to the ceiling, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the arms together, press the elbows to the ceiling. Breathe here, don't hold the breath, breathe. And then release, bring the arms out, bring the feet to the ground. Cross the right leg over the left. Bring the knees towards the chest and maybe hook the toes underneath the Achilles tendon. Bring the right arm under the armpit of the left arm across, hug the shoulder blades, squeeze the legs together, and then come into eagle arms, so elbows above the shoulders, really push the elbows to the ceiling, so you're reaching shoulder blades, squeeze the legs, maybe even squeeze the legs towards the chest. Breathe here, keep a nice long back of the neck. And then inhale, release. And just lengthen the arms out. That's it. And then just having the feet hip distance apart. Let's sweep the arms down to the sides of the body. Palms down. Really consciously keeping the legs parallel. So not moving the legs, keeping the legs really still, the feet really glued to the ground. Let's inhale and press the feet into the ground, the arms, and raise the hips up. That's it. And exhale, curl the spine back down onto the ground. This time, let's press into the feet, inhale the hips, and bring the left arm up and take the gaze over to the right. And then exhale, bring the head back to face towards the ceiling, arm down, the hips down. Keeping the legs really straight, parallel, press into the feet. Inhale, bring the arms, right arm, hips up, gaze towards the left. And exhale, bring the face back to face skyward, arm down, hips down. And then press into the feet and bring both arms up. Keep the gaze up to the sky. Bring the arms up, bring the chest up to the chin. And just let's take a breath here. Really feel the whole of the feet on the ground. Press the hips to the ceiling. Reach the arms. And when you've taken a full inhale and exhale, and another inhale. Then just exhale. Bring the arms and the body right back down to the ground. That's it. And then just bring the arms out, face towards the ceiling, and bring the feet out as wide as the mat. And we're just going to take the knees from side to side. So nice wide legs. And then the next time the legs come over to the right, lift the right foot up, right leg up, and put it on the outer edge of the left knee, left thigh. And just feel that stretch in the outer left hip. And just breathe here. Release the right leg, bring the knees up to center, and then take them over to the left. Lift the left leg up. Place the outer left leg, left foot on the outer right thigh. And just feel that lovely stretch down the right outer and sort of inner thigh. Breathe into this. And then release the legs up. Let's bring the knees into the chest and just give them a little hug. Place the hands on the knees and circle the knees around the sitting bones. And then the other way. And then we're coming into final relaxation. So just doing whatever you need to do to get into final relaxation. Lengthening the legs out. And just releasing the body. If you need something a bit warmer on, please put something warmer on. And I'm just going to do a nice little guided relaxation. So allowing yourselves to completely settle onto the ground. Just take a nice deep inhalation here through the nose. And then exhaling through the mouth. Allow everything to settle. And I'm just going to do this guided Shavasana, which is actually, it's called Shavasana Lullaby. It's by this lovely yin yoga teacher called Gabrielle Harris. So lay yourself out to rest as if you are pressing the blueprint of your entire body into the earth, beneath the earth. Take a long, slow breath in and exhale physically, mentally, emotionally. As gravity takes hold, feel your organs get heavy and sink earthbound as your upper body becomes lighter and more buoyant. Let the muscles around your eyes soften and the skin on your forehead melt as your body slowly spreads like water. As you let go another 5%, release the trying, the doing, and just come into being. No need to try here. Let the soft hum of your breath come and go of its own accord. Your breath is breathing you. Allow yourself to be held here by the earth, as if you are being held in the arms of a mother. With this sweet support, allow yourself to drop into your inner landscape. Allow yourself to feel soothed throughout. Allow this feeling to fill your whole being. Remember this feeling, this peace. And this feeling is always there for you, waiting patiently for you to uncover it whenever you need. And then just slowly bringing your attention very gradually back to your surroundings, back to this morning. When you're ready, just gently turn the head from side to side. Maybe bring some movement to your fingers and the wrists. Move the toes, feet. And then just rolling over, maybe bending your knees and rolling to one side. Keeping your gaze at half gaze or your eyes closed, just coming up to seated. Any seated position. And just taking a moment to notice how you're feeling after the agility practice, how you're feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally. And then let's bring the hands together at heart center. Just press the hands into the sternum. Maybe feel the beat of the heart. And then let's rub the hands together and create that energy and heat. Cup the hands over the eyes. Let that energy be absorbed into the body. And then opening the eyes as we take the hands away and bring them back to heart center. And I hope you've benefited from your yoga practice today. And have a good week. And yeah, next week, last of the 6. And yeah, I think a few people are sort of going away now and getting busier and everything. But because a lot of people are just asked for the recording today, but that's absolutely fine. So yeah, see you all next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay, thanks for coming. Have a good week. Lots of love, everybody.
That was wonderful.
Thank you. I hope you feel good all day, everybody.
And you
and enjoy the summer weather.
Oh yeah, Mary, can you send me the recording, please?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
I can always, and Francoise always ask me if any of you ever want the recording as well as doing the class. I can always send it.
Yeah.
Because I send it out to loads of people anyway. There's people that can't do the class. They just have the recording all the time now. So just let me know if you want it. And then you can do them whenever you want.
Yeah, it's really nice lesson.
Okay, and I'm sort of keep naming them now so you can actually see. I have put some on YouTube, some of the older ones, all the last series I put on YouTube, but I have to give you the link. So if there's any particular ones you ever want, just ask me as well.
Will do.
Okay.
Bye. See you
Bye.
soon.
Have a good week.
And you, darling.
Lots of love. Bye.